Here with head coach Jim Koerner of the Eagles baseball team. Coach, a banner year for the Eagles as far as player development has gone. 2 Eagles signed MLB contracts this year, the only non-Power 5 Division I team in the state to do so. It's got to be a huge feeling for you.
Yeah, it was really exciting to see that happen, and talking to the scouts of both players' respective teams. You know, they both said that they would have been draft picks had the Major League Draft not been just 5 rounds. And we also believe, and based off of conversations, we probably would have had a 3rd guy drafted as well if the draft extended maybe even 6 rounds or 7 rounds. To have 2 guys this year, in Carter Williams and Shane Davis, it's a great feeling, and it shows that the program keeps progressing and developing pro prospects.
With the 2 players this year, that makes a total of 5, stretching back to 2016, who have all signed Major League Baseball contracts. Coach, what does that say about the program?
We're getting better. I think we're doing a great job of identifying great athletes, and on top of that, just great people, guys that want to work really hard, that want to perfect their craft, and they apply all the resources we give them as a university and baseball program and put it towards their baseball. And you can see the results have really begun to pay off.
3 of those players have been pitchers. Vernon, first player drafted back in 2016. Devin Sweet, who's received a lot of accolades within the Mariners organization, and Shane Davis, as you mentioned, this year. Talk about what the pitching development has been like for the Eagles over these last few years.
Yeah, I believe it's a combination of a lot of different facets, from what we do in the weight room, which is a huge part of our development, a huge part of the athletic development of not only our pitchers but position players, and then to what we do on the field, both from a physical standpoint, developing pitches and working with mobility and decel exercises, and also the mental part of it, learning how to attack hitters and working off of our strengths and developing weaknesses.
And not just within Major League Baseball, also playing professional baseball, the Eagles have seen a lot of players go on to sign, including Michael Romano going back to 2013, Eric Kember, and just the pitching has really been taking off in North Carolina Central over the years. And it's been a really big boom, but not just there, but also position players as well. Carter Williams this year, Corey Joyce, first Eagle to be named MEAC Player of the Year, got that award twice, was MEAC Rookie of the Year. That class of 2017 really turned out to be a big one for you.
It was, and I think it goes back to the recruiting philosophy. We're trying to recruit great athletes. Just from a baseball standpoint, we want guys that have that projectability, good runners, big bodies where they can put on size and weight through the weight room, and present bat speed and physical tools to be able to play the game. And I think Corey's a great example of that. Someone that came in, he was a great athlete when he came in, plus runner, but Corey was probably 170 pounds. 175 pounds, and throughout time and him buying into the weight room process and what we do working out, he developed himself into a physical baseball player while increasing his speed, increasing his bat speed, increasing his power, and carrying it over to game results. And he currently weighs 205, 210, playing with the Detroit Tigers farm system, and he's just a physical baseball player right now because he bought into that process.
Coach, we've really seen the program taking off in the last few years. Program record in wins a few years ago, the 5 players all signing Major League Baseball contracts. Where do you see this program going?
I really believe we're just scratching the surface of our potential. The growth within the university itself, you see the expansion projects going on campus with the new residential halls, the new student union. They're going to break ground on a new school of business. These are all important factors into the overall student experience. And then you look what we've done athletically with improvements to the weight room, the basketball arena, the training room. There's a lot of growth going on within the university, the nutrition station within our weight room. And We've only had athletics for 9 years, Division I. This will be the 10th year anniversary of us, officially becoming a full-fledged Division I member. These things take time. It takes time to build a culture. It takes time to build a history and a tradition. And like I said, I feel we're just getting to that point where we're going to really see some big jumps here in our future production, both in wins and losses, and more guys getting signed and drafted and having the opportunity to play professionally.
And Coach, last thing for you, with all of this success, what can you say that makes North Carolina Central baseball program different from the other programs?
I really believe it's the depth of the coaching staff, the individuality that we put in our development programs. We try not to cookie cutter approaches. We want our guys, we believe that athletes develop differently. Everybody moves a little differently. Everybody has a little different way of developing energy and producing output on the baseball field. And it's our job to find what makes that player the best they can be from an individual standpoint. We're not trying to cookie cutter approach. We don't want to see one type of swing or one type of arm action. There's going to be a variety to what we do, and it's our job as a staff to make sure that we're getting the most out of each one of our guys. We have 7 guys on our coaching staff. We have a player development coach for our pitching staff. We have a player development coach for our position players. This goes along with myself, our current pitching coach, our assistant coach, our volunteer coach. So we feel like we have a lot of resources to be able to get into some of these areas where a lot of mid-major programs might not be able to.
This has been an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.